Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
Right now, Radford Castro, our director of engineering, is here. We like to give him laptops.
Yes.
Because you like the laptops.
Mm-hmm.
This is a Toshiba. Now, Toshiba's been around with laptops longer than almost anybody.
Yes.
Of late, I kind of feel like they're kind of low end. This is clearly not a super expensive one.
No,
it's an AMD
not. It's definitely,
processor.
like you said, it's a low end.
Yeah.
And this is going after the, I guess, not below mid-range. So you're looking at $529 to start for this type. This is the L55D.
$529. It looks like, I mean, it looks pretty nice.
It looks pretty nice, but unfortunately, its beauty doesn't match its insides.
Oh.
So yeah, this is an AMD quad core. It uses its own AMD Radeon-like, I guess, GPU. I'm gonna go through the specs real quick. It's not HD, it's 1030, it's 1366 by 768.
That's really often what happens with these low-price computers. You get a low-res
Low resolution, lesser RAM. The only thing
is it touch?
No, it's not. That's another thing too. The only big thing right now is 750 gigabytes of hard drive space, but it's not SSD.
Right.
So, but it has a few things. It has VGA out, a couple of 3.0 USB ports, and all your good stuff like the camera.
This feels like computers of yesteryear.
Yes.
Like the Toshiba Satellite you might have bought 4 years ago.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And even the design itself too, and the keyboard's kind of cheapy looking. You'll notice that the labeling feels like it's just a little overprocessed, cooked in.
Yeah.
And here's the thing too, the touchpad is not exactly that great. And
it's also off-center.
Yes.
Does that bother you or no?
No, not as much as when you're actually tapping on it. So you know how most touchpads you can actually touch everywhere? This one doesn't. So there's some parts of it that are empty.
You can't touch the whole thing?
You can't touch the whole thing.
Oh,
so there's some parts you can and some parts you cannot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's just not, yeah. And right-clicking, I don't know if you notice, but on this too, the touchpad, you have to really press down hard for the right-clicking and the start clicking to work. And
these are things we see over and over again with inexpensive laptops. $529 doesn't seem that inexpensive. I mean, you should be able to get maybe an okay laptop. This is aimed at the mid-range laptop price point.
Yes. So it's not. I mean, it's a £5 laptop that you're not going to expect too much from, except for your normal thing that you're going to do for like spreadsheets and browsing the web. You're not going to run games on it.
I'd love to see a higher res screen and a touch screen.
Yes.
On this. Yeah, admittedly not the fastest. Do you notice the difference in the AMD versus the Intel processor?
Not that much, but then again, we're running at low resolution, so you're running at faster refresh rates.
Right.
But the thing that really makes it stick out, though, is just the fact that things are a little bit, like little things that stick out are just not there. Obviously, things like sound, the speakers are kind of tinny.
It's fit and finish problems.
Yeah, fit and finish problems, you know, closing the laptop and things like that. Just feels a little bit, I mean, it closes cleanly, but, you know.
Well, how about for a student or somebody who is very price sensitive? This might not be a bad choice.
Yeah, it's not a bad choice, but, you know, there's a lot of other.
There's other stuff.
There's other stuff that's out there in the same price range that are touch enabled, maybe less than hard drive space, but, you know, you have.
Who needs hard drive space anymore, right?
Right, and everything is mostly in the cloud. Like I actually listed two of them, both from HP that are in the 500 price range, that are 8 gigabytes, quad cores,
Better
and they're
stuff.
touch. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that kind of stuff you're looking for is not, I mean.
Pros and cons.
Pros and cons. I'll go really quick into it. I was just going to show off the sound for a bit.
Well, you said it's tinny?
Yeah, it's tinny.
Okay.
So, but you're going to have to take my word for it.
I will.
So, I mean, the pros, that it's cheap. It's DTS sound and has decent battery life.
So if I hook this up to speakers, I'll get DTS sound. The quality will be better.
Yeah, if you have your headphones and you're hooking up to your amp, you're going to get DTS.
All right.
The cons is that it's cheap.
Pro and con.
Yeah.
It's cheap, but it's cheap.
It's cheap.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to mention one other thing, too, that's really important. The fan is extremely loud. It's like a jet engine.
Oh, my
goodness. So even when you're running, when you're just browsing, it is extremely loud.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's something that you'll definitely notice even just turning on the laptop. The other thing, too, is that you got a cheap touchpad and keyboard. It's just weak performance per dollar all around.
So it's not that it's these are sacrifices you have to make for this price. There are other computers that do it better. It's just really this is too much of a sacrifice. So I would guess a don't buy?
Yes.
A don't buy. That's the Toshiba Satellite L55D. Radford Castro, our director of engineering, and his little doggy, Toto. No, that's actually my little doggy, Ozzy, sleeping by the side there.